Don't break my heart. Isn't that beautiful, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome into another episode of Halos in the Infield, the post-game show with your host, the begrudgingly pissed off, as usual, ToddFox. That is me. I am so sorry I guess I'm just sorry on behalf of the Angels. I'm going to apologize for the Angels for your wasted Friday evening. Now, there could be a lot of things that you're doing. You could be watching the game from your phone. You could be watching the game from a tablet, from at a bar. You could be at a friend's house having a good time. But then again, you could be missing out on the weather as the sun finally went down and it's actually nice outside. You could have went for a bike ride. You could have went to the gym. You could have been playing ball. Because people are starting to play sports again and stuff like that. You could have been doing a million different things. You could have been playing video games. You could have been online with somebody. You could have been on a date. But you spent your time invested on the Angels, the 2021 Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim of Western Hemisphere. You could have done a million things, but again, you spent your time on a game like this. Now, this team has kicked us in the balls or whatever you have between your legs as many times as you could possibly count. And this was another one of those games where you thought, okay, man, you're posting. I'm posting in the first inning thinking this game's already freaking over. You know what I mean? They're going to pile on some more runs against J-Happ. It's a given, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look like that this is going to be a buttercup game. You couldn't sell me on a buttercup game in that first inning. I'm sorry. 3-0, okay. But 4-0 after Jack Mayfield, I was really like, no, there's no way there's a buttercup. There's no way. I'm watching this game. I'm feeling good. I met Pops at Ambrose Pizza in Norwalk, had some pizza over there, had a couple beers, enjoying ourselves, watching the game, air conditioning. Then we come back home. They're leaving guys on base, and they're starting to do that. They're starting to leave guys on base, but then Cobb gives up a run. You're like, okay, it's 4-1. You still feel good. Even when they got the second run, I'm still like, hey, I know they're going to pile on at least one or two more runs to put this game away. It's 4-2, and I'm still not worried. It's the Twins. They can't come back, right? And then you go to the blister issue. Okay, that happens, whatever. Watson does a good job in the 7th inning. Why the hell is he out there in the 8th inning? Head scratcher, right? Why the hell is he out there in the 8th inning? And it's nothing against Watson. He battled Sanu for that at bat, okay? So he walks him, all right? Now, but if you were going to go to Iglesias for a 6-out save, you should have started Iglesias for the 6-out save. Why would you go to Watson? And then my thing was, okay, if you're going to let Watson get the leadoff guy on, let him finish it or throw it over to somebody else. I don't necessarily agree with Iglesias coming in there and having to mop up someone else's shit again. So you either start him off in the 8th inning or you have, someone else come in there like a Myers or someone. Even though you guys hate Myers, I hate Cishek. Cishek was another guy who should have gave up another run tonight. I just don't see the need or the decision making by Madden in this one. I really don't. And then you go to a guy who's been iffy at best behind the plate, which Suzuki was supposed to be there for his defense. Terrible throw to third, which went up the line. Good throw back home by Lagares after the bad throw the first time, and the runner just scores and safe. Then you go to the 9th inning. And of all people, you're going to bring off the bench Louis Renifo. That guy sucks. Literally the pitch before he popped up and it was almost caught, I said, he's going to pop up, Dad. And he popped up. But fat-ass Sanu is too slow to get over to make the play. Any other first baseman makes that play and it's an out. But, Renifo does what he does anyway, gets out anyway. It doesn't matter. Well, it does matter because it was ball 4. He should have made it at least to first base, and then Fletcher would have had first and second with nobody out. Instead, you have one on, one out, and the next batter is Mr. I can't find my swing anymore, Walsh. I mean, look, he's swinging over everything. He's swinging chest high. Bring the bat barrel down. What the hell are you doing, Walsh? Then even Gubazaw's on there like, hey, spray the ball to left field. Here's where, your 2 strikes. Tighten up your swing. Go the other way. Brilliant Again, Gubazol, 100%, A+, whatever you want to say. Analysis was on point. Go the other way. No. What does Walsh do? Watches one right on the outside corner. Why? He was looking for a pitch inside to drive to pull into the shift. You're not opening up your... You're not simplifying things for yourself. What are you doing? So he sits there, takes strike 3 as well, making that closer look a lot better than he really is. And then the next out is just, Iglesias doing Iglesias things, popping up to second base. So what a terrible loss. I mean, and we've seen a bunch of them. But even when you get a glimmer of hope and you look at the scoreboard and you say, well, look, Cleveland lost. They're right ahead of us. Maybe we can gain ground. They fall below us. Nope. Can't take advantage. Can't. It's incredibly frustrating as an Angels fan. I hope you feel the same way in that regard. Not saying I want you to be frustrated. I just say I hope that you guys can please see where I'm coming from and if we're on the same page. Because I was willing to come on here and say, you know what, this was a good game and it was kind of boring, but they got the win. It wasn't, they didn't put up enough runs. They left a lot of guys on base, but thank goodness for the bullpen. Nope. Why don't you build me up? That shit plays. And that's why I played the acoustic version. Because you know what that makes me feel like doing? Grabbing a cup of coffee, an expensive, overpriced hipster cup of coffee with an overpriced, expensive hipster Danish or sandwich made with some vegetables grown in India. That's what I want to do right now because of that song right now. I'm tired of the freaking Buttercup, but we have to play it because that's what they do. It's Buttercup. Fuck. We should make up a stat of how many times we've been Buttercupped in a season. Maybe that'll go somewhere. Let's see. Right away, Rally Chris is checking in with just flying with the F-bombs. On the bright side, Ty Brutchery joined my live on Instagram, said he would love the Rally Chris page. That's cool right there. Michael Gibby says, build me up, Buttercup, just to let me down. Don't mess me around. The Halo way. The Halo way. That sucks. Cole Poppin checks in on Instagram, says, F the Angels. I hate them so much. Oh, my God. Oh, my fucking God. Cole repeats. Let's see. Fletchfax checks in with... Why the fuck was Watson starting the 8th? I thought you were going to check in with Fletchfax, but yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Trash-ass team, and Drizzle says, can't wait for next season. Shit, we're already turning the page. So much for trading with Colorado. Yeah, that was the example today. Again, we're not going to be trading to a team or to get pieces to contend if we're not contending. You need to contend first. You cannot be dropping games like this on the road. You just can't do it. Ryan checks in on YouTube, says, sick of this shit. I almost broke my TV. Manager lost this game. Yes, Ryan. And here's the thing. If you want to break your TV, it's probably the most affordable time to break a TV because Walmart has 32 to 65-inch TVs for under $300. Just saying right now. I've never seen TVs this cheap. So, yes, the time of breaking a $2,000 TV and having to replace it with a $2,000 TV is long gone. So, yeah. Trust me, I almost had to hold myself back as well. They played Minnesota, Johnny Chang says. And yes, that's what we know, but yes, we understand where the sarcasm in that. F this team, Cole says. Let's see, Kiwi says, I hate being a fan of this team. It's torture at times. Now Fletchfax checks in with David Fletcher. And then my heart literally hurts, Courtney says. A little Sunday morning coffee jazz Buttercup cover. Absolutely. It's so fucking frustrating, Trouter here 27 says. Nats fan says, both of my teams lost tonight. That sucks. A says, good, just Angels in, just throwing away the game tonight. Yep, that is true, Ace. Wait, you're telling I could have been on a date? Those are some high expectations for me, Todd. Fletchfax, come on. Have some faith in yourself. You could do this, man. You could do this. You could be on a date. You could be at what they call a drive-in, or have your parents take you down the drive-in, or go to the movies, or go to the freaking what's that place, Camelot, and do some mini golf or something like that. A fun date. Take her bowling. Do the cosmic thing. You could do it, Fletchfax. Don't watch Angels baseball. Not while they're playing like this. Come on, man. Step a game up. Okay, Cole Poppin says this dog fucks. Angels can't score for shit. Let's see. Courtney says, "Well, I did say the game was going to be close. Didn't think it would be on the losing end of that." And you know what, Courtney? On our podcast, I actually picked them to win this game, so I'm like 0 for 3 on my predictions on that podcast. And Fernando was 2 for 2 out the gates. I don't know if he predicted this one a win too. Chowder here says, "I knew the All-Star game would fuck us." And why? Why, people? Every year, no matter our record, we go into the All-Star break either really hot, coming off a losing streak and getting things straight, just to go in there and piss ourselves as soon as the second half starts. It's pathetic. Speaking of Buttercup, Mariners is about to be Buttercup to Oakland. Also has a 3-0 lead now. It's 3-2 over. Oakland has a runner on first and second with 2 outs. So he's monitoring that game. Keith says, "Saw this shit coming from the 5th inning on. We couldn't move runners over." And isn't it annoying, Keith, that we get guys at second base, first base, no one wants to bunt, or they'll try bunting once and mistakenly pop up or bunt it out foul. I was almost going to say out of bounds. And then they don't try to bunt again. It's like, we give up. Let's try to swing away, or no, they don't swing away. Let's try to pull the ball over the fence because chicks dig the long ball. And then they pop out. Or they strike out. Ace says, "A game of errors tonight. Let's start a GoFundMe for a new skin liquid Band-Aid for Cobb." You know what I heard too is if you take your finger and you put it over a candle or a flame, you burn the shit out of it to make it like a callus, and the blister will not come back. So maybe they should be doing that. Give themselves some man hands instead of getting manicures, because I guarantee you a guy like Heaney gets his hands done. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I know he gets his hands done often. Is Trout ever going to come back? No, he's there for eye candy, Juan. It feels like he's never going to come back, but he's still got to do a rehab start. So seeing him smiling over there, talking to Suarez and Sandoval's nice, but that's just another night or two away from him not being out there and not being on that rehab assignment. These games are important. Let's rest all our all-stars. Fuck Madden. That's his mentality. So we need this game. No need to put Shohei in the lineup. No need to. Let's just have an ass lineup while we're at it. Renifo got screwed over. That strike call was a ball. FletchFax says, yes, it was a ball. But again, I'm still under the impression of, why is Renifo on the field at all? Forget if we're in contention or not. 9th inning leadoff guy, that's not who I want out there. And he's out there, and I would have been super happy with Ohtani leading off. Lefty versus lefty, I wouldn't have cared. The way he's been swinging, I wouldn't have cared. I have a better chance with him getting on base. Did Luis Renifo get screwed this time? Yes, he did. But he also was saved by fat-ass Sanu not making a play at first base. That was an easy pop-up. So even Gibby says Renifo sucks. Right off the bat, I see we buttercupped ourselves. Fast Times must have just woke up because he works nights. So, Randy, if you just woke up, yes, congratulations. We buttercupped ourselves again. Buttercup, LOL, Jack Sports. Fletcher is the only one who I'm who's getting hits, Cole says. Jay Bruce checks in with Iglesias should definitely have started the 8th. No Ohtani pinch hit in the 9th. No argument from Madden on ball 4 for Renifo. Show some fucking emotion, Madden. Is anyone going to come out of the damn dugout? Exactly. I didn't even bring that up. So that ball was egregious. If Gooby and the other guy saw it, Wants or whatever his name is, in the booth, and they saw it, they showed it. It was over 2 balls over the freaking strike zone. And no one came out to say, "Hey, you know what? My boy just got screwed here. Get myself tossed by calling the umpire's wife a derogatory name." No, didn't do it. Didn't do anything. Didn't stick up for his team. Stayed in the dugout. They didn't even pan over to the dugout to show him pissed. Like, you know how they would show Sosha and he's like that. They would never. They would do that all the time with Sosha. They didn't even pan the camera over to Madden because Madden probably didn't even have a facial expression to match his frustration because there probably was none. So again, Fletcher is the only one who can hit on this team. FletchFax says, a little biased there, but I have to agree with you right now. Fast Times, Randy says, why isn't Walsh being given a day off? You gave Shohei one, but not Walsh. And yes, if you're gonna give Walsh a day off, and you're going to give Ohtani a day off, let them do some batting practice underneath the stadium. Let them take some pitches, at least to work on their swings, because their swings are off right now, both of them. And they're the guys who have been keeping us in contention, or at least around contention. Jack Sport says we almost stole one with a AAA team tonight. Yes, we did, but it's pathetic. We had the lead. We didn't come from behind. We had the lead. Fletchback says Iglesias took the one pitch that he is good at hitting, a hanging slider. Yep. One more loss, which could have been a win. Yep. Another one. I really want to go back to as many Buttercup games and see how many we've actually lost. And see if we can maybe have turned around 70% of those. Still take about 30 to 35% of the Buttercups and let those stay on the record. But let's just say we win about 60 to 65% of those games and see where our record would be right now and where we would be in the standings. And I bet you it's going to piss you off and it's going to piss me off. Jack Sport says, at least you entertain us, Todd. I tried to. Nats fan, thank you so much, by the way. Nats fan says we're close to last place, I think. I don't know. Texas is doing a very good job of sucking and staying below us right now because they are, I think they have the second or third worst road record. They have something like only 13 road wins all season. Only Colorado has 9, and I think Arizona has 8. That's pathetic. So you're talking about a team with like 9 wins and 38 losses. That's the team that's coming to the Big A. Watch us give them their double digits when they come here. I love political Todd. Fast Times. Shh, don't mention that guy. Let's see. James says the game would make me make me sit there and fold my arms for 20 minutes, but we're not into contention. Don Hammond says that was terrible. We straight blew the game tonight, Todd. Yes, we did. A few more losses like this, and we'll be out of it. Absolutely. If we're not hanging on by a thread right now. You know, we could be, depending on what Oakland does, we could be 8.5 out. I mean, I'm telling you, you get to 10.5, whether it's wild card division, it's over. There is no coming back unless you have a miracle run in August and September. And do you see the probability of that happening with this team? I don't. And Drizzle says, can they just be sellers already? They're obviously not going anywhere but 4th place this season. It's coming, dude. It's coming. We got a week to go, and I'm pretty sure we're headed that way. And watch us turn it around like last season in the exhibition. As soon as we started trading guys, this team took off, which makes no sense. Roberts and Muncy lost their shit last night in similar situation. Ball 4 to Renifo. Madden needs to get after the ump, and anyone in the dugout needs to show some damn emotion. Yeah, did you see that for a guy who's put on some weight, Dave Roberts, and a last night's strike? That was, look, I was so happy the Giants beat the Doyers last night, and it was hilarious, trust me. But had I been on that side of the Dodgers and that was the Angels, I'd be furious. I would have maybe broken my TV. I would have been upset. I would have broke my TV if Madden didn't run out there like Dave Roberts did. Dave Roberts ran out there and was in the face of all the umpires, and he got his money's worth for his ejection. And he deserving, when he goes to appeal to the Major League Baseball, they're going to see how stupid of a call that was. It was missed by the home plate umpire and the first base umpire. And usually that never happens. That's rare when that happens. Usually the home plate umpire misses it and the umpire at first base corrects it. That was egregious swing. I mean, he could have went all the way around. They would have been like, nah, it's ball 4. But tonight, I mean, that ball was way up right now. Mariners just tied it at, what is it called? Rally Chris giving us the update right there on Twitch. James says, I've turned the page to next season already. This is our pregame guy doing that. James is our pregame guy, and he's like, hey, you know what? I've turned the page. He says, I think Oakland's going to sweep the Angels in that 2-game series, or after the 2-game series, he lost it right there. Trouta here says, I feel like Kenley Jansen and Dave Roberts combined. Ooh, man. Ace says, I've seen the rumors that the Dodgers are asking about Raciel Iglesias in a trade. Hell no. Please, I do not want to help them out. I don't want this team to be anywhere to where a Dodger fan can say, hey, you know what? We won that World Series because we got Raciel Iglesias from the Angels. No! I don't want that. So there should not be a trade with the Dodgers. That, if I'm a GM, if I'm Perry, that is a no-no. I don't care who they are offering. We do not take shit from that team. Nothing. I will take a player from Russia. I will take one from North Korea. If they had a baseball team, let's take a player from North Korea. I will be happy partners with North Korea. I will never trade with the Dodgers. That's a sin beyond belief. Michael Gibby says, screw the Dodgers. That should be the Angels, That should be the banner at Angel Stadium. You know, the one that they covered over with Pujols just with the Angel logo? It should say "Screw the Dodgers" on it. Just right there, so that as you walk into the stadium and all those idiots that come in Dodger blue just to piss us off can look up there and say "Screw the Dodgers" as they're walking in. That should be the banner. That's how I would run it. I'm just saying. Let's see. Fernando says, we need a local band to cover Buttercup for us so we can play it. Yeah, because sometimes I try to play the original song and I get booted off of here because of Instagram or Facebook's stupid laws against copyright. That's why sometimes I can't play music all the way through like I want to. Angels cannot seem to win 2 in a row. That is, they can't win 2 in a row. Sometimes they can't win 1 in a row. Don Hammond says, at this point, we have to sweep like 4 straight series just to get back into it. I don't see it happening. And see, too many of you fans are hitting that like K button. You know, like when your girl tells you like a bunch of stuff, and then you're just like K. That's how it feels, because like the Angels are trying to hype you up, like, hey, we got this series coming up, blah 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 blah. We're gonna do good. Otani's hitting this. Trout's coming off the DL. Upton's back. You're all K, because it doesn't matter in the long run if you're out of it. Just hit the K button and go to the next game. That's how it feels. Let's see. Fernando says, Fletch Facts, could we get set up a game or a blind date for you? We can video record. Todd could be the Roger Lodge of the show. Yes, I would somehow have to. No, see, that wouldn't work. You guys would all have to be 18, because if I did a blind date show with preteens, that just would not fly, and I would get arrested very quick. So yes, I could not do that. Now, if it was a spoof and you guys were older and everything, and I was like, you guys are all 18, then I could come on there and be like, welcome to Blind Date, Halos in the Infield style with Fletch Facts. We're gonna meet who he goes on a date with tonight. And we could do something like that, but otherwise, I don't think it's going to work. Let's see. Typical, or let's see. Ty right here is a new fan. I think I haven't seen right here. Really, the Cody are asking for the Dodgers are asking for a closer. Yeah, they are. They're trying to get a closer right now. James says, set up many dates out with your partners or crushes in August. Avoid watching the Angels baseball if you're gonna play like this. I give myself Iowa manicures. What's an Iowa manicure? Suzuki is so frustrating to watch. Does something good, then something bad. Yeah, he cannot do it on both sides of the ball in one game. Let's see. Also, and Drizzle says All-Star Game fucks them because they don't do shit during the trip. There is no chemistry with his team. Play like 1985, more like play like 1980. You know what? It's more like play like the first year of their conception, when they were terrifically bad, when any team joins as an expansion team, because that's what they look like right now. Let's see. Kurt Suzuki is bad, and that's by Kurt Suzuki is bad page. DFA, Suzuki, and Renifo. Fast Time says Los Angeles Renifos of Southern Hemisphere. Brewers Stadium is aggressively underrated. Right now, Fernando, my boy, is in Wisconsin taking I think he just witnessed the Brewers beat the White Sox, so he had a nice time over there. Nick Tukulin, what's up, my man? He says, I placed a Twins hat in the toilet, and now I'm shitting in it. Shrouded here says, I don't think we will do shit at all at the trade deadline. We'll have to see. I can't judge it right now. Was watching the White Sox Brewers game tonight, and the Sox got screwed by players. Coaches were getting thrown out one by one. It seemed like it was a home plate umpire. Wished Angels did that tonight. Jay Bruce says, what do you call it? It's crazy that we don't have a single guy in the bullpen that can be a setup guy or close the game. Well, after the Iglesias trade, which is inevitable, we're not going to have anybody in the back end of that bullpen. Sorry I'm late, but Buttercup, yes, Nathan, I had an awesome version of Buttercup, bro. That it was a coffee like acoustic version. It was really good. 8 games back in the wild card, 11 out of the division. There's already no coming back in. Drizzle says, yeah, the Dodgers get straight robbed last night. That was terrible. James says that was fun for 4 games with the Giants and Dodgers taking 3 out of 4. And if the Giants hadn't blown that one game, they would have took all 4. I'll fake it on the pregame. Haha. There you go. The Angels will trade Iglesias for Jansen. Oh, no. I don't want that guy. That guy sucks. Let's see. And then you got, let's see. James says, the Mother Russia baseball hits you. Can we pick up players from Olympic baseball teams? I don't know, Trout here. I think a lot of those guys are under contract. Yes, Todd Lodge. I seem to bring Todd Lodge out a lot during losses. James says, at the tailgate, we should get a quartet to sing Buttercup. Yeah, we got dressed like the guys at Disneyland with the pinstriped shirts and the top hats, and we got so hello my baby, hello my honey, and then we'll jump into why don't you build me? That'd be pretty cool. Let's see. Andrew says, only thing looking forward to is using paper bags at the game this year. And Drizzle says, Nathan says, at the tailgate, bring a big ass speaker and play Buttercup as loud as you can, please. Yeah, I'll play like 7 different versions of it in a row, and let's see how many people pick up on it. Trotter here says, we need a big band version of Buttercup. Damn, we need like a symphony now. Ace says, is it too late for me to get a refund on my season tickets? Oh shit. I don't think you'd get those for face value right now, Ace. I'm just letting you know right now. In other words, Carol King, too late. Kurt Suzuki is bad, says, if Perry does anything at the deadline, it should be trading Suzuki for anything. Oh, man, Suzuki and freaking Heaney for sure. Courtney says, in other news, Rendon is still on his period, making him the first woman with the longest consistent flow in 16 days so far. Shit. Holy crap, you guys are brutal. I love it. Jason Hicks on Facebook says DFA Suzuki wasn't Ward a catcher. Yeah, let's bring him on at some point. Rally Chris says Ty Buttrey pop onto my live with me and was talking to me. Told me there's a lot of baseball left. He still believes the Angels can needs Rally Chris. Right now, Rally Chris, I don't know if we could put you in the stands, if we could put you on the Jumbotron. I don't know if you can spark anything out of this offense, but damn, man, I mean, there needs to be something there. But Courtney's comment, Trouta here says, fuck Rendon. Ace says, teams cannot pick up Olympic players until August 9th. Because did you hear, there's guys out there like Adrian Gonzalez playing again for their Olympic teams. There's Ian Kinsler. Yeah, that Ian Kinsler. Do you remember that? Look, I know he played with the Angels his last trip around. He's playing for Israel now in the Olympics. But do you guys remember, and girls out there remember, when that dude in the first half of the season, when the Angels actually had fight in them, I believe it was 2014, may have been 2012. I'm not sure what year it was. Ian Kinsler was on Texas. Texas was pretty good. They came in here and they swept Anaheim in an early season matchup, maybe about 50 games into the season. And I think it put like the Angels back like 6 games or something like that. And he said, get the fuck off our field to the fans as they walked off with a sweep. And I remember going later in the season, and I remember everyone was chanting that to them when we swept them and we were in the lead in the division. That was probably one of my best times as being an Angels fan, getting revenge on a player who opened his mouth too early. Unfortunately, we don't have those kind of players that would show that fight. And like right now, we could be called, like Ohtani was called a bitch. Basically, any player from any team could come out there and say, y'all are bitches. And then we'll be like, all right, tip our cap to you. Good game. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. You know, there's no fight. Nobody takes anything freaking personal in this team. Nobody. So, yeah, that is a huge problem with me. That's a huge problem. I mean, look, there's a lot of things that piss me off about this team, whether it's pitching, whether it's the hitting. I think the fact they can't go the other way pisses me off. These guys don't learn how to work walks, and when we do, we get struck out by the umpire. Like tonight, there's just a lot of things that piss me off, and it seems like it's a broken record because there's a time and place where it looks like we fix things, and then we go right back to our bad tendencies and right back to the shit that got us to where we're at right now. So, yeah, it's very – I got to say it. I've said it before, and I'll say it again this season. This is probably – one of the most frustrating seasons I've ever witnessed of all the seasons I've watched Angel baseball. This is one of the worst seasons I've ever had to endure. And go figure, it's on a live thing where I'm doing a post game about the damn team every night. You know, I would love to be talking about victories. I would love to be hearing your comments and who we're going to pick up and how we beat a team's ass. I would love for you guys to be like, wow, Ohtani and Trout, who's going to win the MVP? They're neck and neck. I would love for you to say, wow, we have we have 2 double-digit winners at starting pitchers. I would love for you guys to be saying we got a 4-game lead on this team. I think we're rivaling the White Sox for best team in all of baseball. But it's just not like that. and I'm having a call where I'm having to get on here and commiserate with you on the nightly basis. Sometimes it's good and we are able to laugh about it. Sometimes it's not. It's just damn right depressing. But you guys are here and girls are here because you guys are real fans. You girls are real fans. And we're able to enjoy this team and also be the jilted lover that just keeps getting screwed over, but we keep coming back because there's some sort of good in that person, which is the Angels, and we want to believe that they're going to turn around. They'll stop hitting me at some point, and then they'll stop drinking. Like we're that jilted lover that believes that something's going to turn around. It's going to turn around soon. So, yeah. Let's see. Ace says, when is Rendon going to get over the heavy flow days? Oh, shit. No, not true. Says, just going to pay for parking to come to the tailgate. I do not want to watch the shitty baseball. Well, there you go. That's an option, too. You don't have to stay for the game. Come for the tailgate. Leave for the game. Nathan says, we will pay a team to take Heaney and Kurt. Dude, if there is a GoFundMe for that, I'm all in. James says, Angels just playing out the rest of the season at this point. It's going to be there right there. Jose Batista's out there, too. We could bring a bunch of former quote-unquote almost MVPs to the team, Trouter here. We could bring a bunch of guys back here. I remember Kinsler flipping off home Padre fans after hitting a home run. Yep, he's a dick. Kurt Suzuki is bad, says at Nathan. For Perry, the platypus, to trade Suzuki, he would probably have to give the entire team in the system for him to take him. Claudio for Jansen. Trouter here, that's not a bad move. I would actually take that one to have him on the team, actually. No, I wouldn't, because I don't want any kind of Dodger trash. And watch Claudio turn into reliever of the year over there. Fast Times, Randy says 2006 was a tough year after 2005, but at least the season we understood that we were the kind of retooling period, and at least the season produced Weaver 11-1 as a rookie. I'll still never forget that summer. Yeah, 11-1. You brought that up before. That was a magical run by Weaver. James says, I'm going to finish my bottle of wine I got from being the best man. There you go. Congratulations, by the way, James. And Ace says Jansen only has a save rate of 81%. That means that's about 120% for the Angels. True, Fast Times, about 2006. Fast Times also says, can we start selling the damn team merch right now? That's true. Nathan says, well, you know what? We're very close to that, bro. And he has a great design. And by the way, Randy, I want to give you props. If you guys and girls out there seen the new Cleveland logo, what the hell is that? I was hearing for weeks and months about the Cleveland Spiders. And they were going to go back to, I think that was a Negro League team or that was the original team before the Indians. But either way, they were like, oh, we're going to go to the Spiders. We like the Spiders. I'm like, okay, that's unique. There's only a one college team that's called the Spiders. So I was thinking, okay, Cleveland Spiders, that's kind of dope. I don't like the fact that they got rid of the Indians. I'm not going to go there, but I'm not a fan of that. I think it's stupid. But the fact that, you know, they're going to go with the Spiders. I'm like, okay, I can go with that. Then you're going with the Guardians of the Galaxy? What the hell is that? And then it looks like a logo a kid drew. It looks like something that earlier in the year when we did it on the other page, draw a picture so that your parent can win a jersey. The kids drew better than that logo. And I'm like looking at Randy. I sent that logo to Randy. I'm like, dude, you can design better logos in your sleep. And there was a board meeting of Cleveland people that were like, that's a great idea. That's a great looking logo. A bunch of people had to sign off on that shit. It looks like crap. That's a major league logo. That looks like shit. Oh my God, that is the worst logo of all time. That's why, like on the page, I put the two together. The worst logo the Angels ever had, which was the Flying A. A lot of Angels fans do like that one. It has come back in recent years for vintage hats and all that stuff. But for the most part, most Angels hate that 97 to 2001 logo. And the fact that they came out with that stupid logo today, I matched the two up. I'm like, man, it makes our logo look like the greatest of all time compared to theirs. It looks so stupid. I mean, I can't explain how bad that logo is. And everyone's like, yeah, that's good, Cleveland. Woo! Okay, whatever. I don't like that thing. And that to me ruins that whole movie too, the Cleveland movie. Let's see. Let me get to Nathan here. Let's see. When y'all are all at the game, start a chant to say fire Madden, fuck Heaney. That'd be hard to say, though, over and over. Sell the merch. Trouter here says, can we have a television set up at the tailgate to drink and storm the stadium when they blow another game? I'll buy ASAP, James says. T. Goldberg says, you see the article that the minor league players don't like the treatment by Artie. Thoughts? Ooh. Okay, real quick, Tate. This is something that we actually are going to be talking to a player like within 24 hours that's currently on the minor league system, and we have been going back and forth all day whether or not to ask those poignant questions, because we don't know if we'll get a good reaction from the player because he's still in the minor leagues. He's close to coming up, but if we ask him a question, it may offend him, and then also he may not be able to say anything about it. So we're kind of like in the middle right now, not knowing what to say and what to ask. We're trying to kind of prance around the question a little bit and kind of ask it in a certain way without really asking it, if you know what I mean. So we're trying to work on that, and we'll probably establish that at some point. We've asked that with Ty Buttrey. Buttrey got into that, but that article about the Angels, that's the first time I've heard about the Angels minor league system being that bad. I heard about the Orioles earlier in the year where they had to sleep in their cars. I didn't know it was like this with the Angels too. That's a freaking shame. That is disappointing. And number one, that is super embarrassing for a major league team to be treating their players or human beings in that kind of condition. If you have traveling janitors, you wouldn't treat them like that. Why are you treating your players, your future like that? That's bullshit. That's my thoughts on that. Cleveland logo looks like a TV on a moving thing. Let's see. Todd hates spiders, don't you? I hate spiders, but that would be intimidating as funk if they were the spiders. Nathan says, hear me out. The Indian logo looks like an old Angels logo. That's why I put it up there, but, hey, I'm embarrassed for Cleveland. Ridiculous name. Me too, Trouty here. Courtney says, reading the article was very hard, especially because Inland Empire 66ers has 5 minutes, or is 5 minutes from my house. We have to do better. Absolutely. Agree, Courtney. T says, Fast Time says, why wouldn't you keep the same font for the Guardians? The new font is so cartoonish. Yeah, it looks so terrible. Grillmaster, what is up, my friend? And he just says, hey, y'all. God fucking damn it, Buttercup again. So he's like right into it. Hear me out. Try to put Jose Reyes on the show. Jose Reyes, the player from the Mets, back in the day, that guy. James Sessions says, it's a problem all over the minors, but of course the bad news hits the Angels. Sell Artie. Oh, yes, we need to get rid of Artie, because if that's true and if that's the way they're treating the players, there's no sticking up for that at all. The team is so unprofessional, Grillmaster says. Trevino says, dude, we just got robbed last night of the win. Jansen needs to go. 2 guys. Do you guys want him? No. We have enough crap on this team, bro. Try another team. The Mariners might want him. T. Goldberg says the Mariners have a 50-run differential, and they have 30. They're in third place, almost second, or minus 30. Yeah, if you've ever seen the run differential and what that means, meaning you've either scored more, like I think the Dodgers have the highest or second highest, maybe the Padres or the Giants. But it's one of those teams in the National League West that has the best plus minus of run differential. And I think the Angels are down there too. The Mariners are way below us, and they're ahead of us. That's because their pitching is holding up at the back end. Their bullpen's holding up. It's taking care of a lot of the miscues that the offense doesn't do. Heath says, butter fucking cup. Yes. How do you lose to the T's? Well, we do it on a consistent basis, the Twins. No, there's a minor league, Jose Reyes, who plays for the lower A team. He's on our group chat, too. Well, he's in a group chat, Nathan. Well, then, you know what? Send him my way. I think he might have liked the page, too. I'm not sure. But hit him up. And, Nathan, I will give you credit and props for that. Maybe have you on there, too, to talk to him. But yeah, dude, set him up. I mean, look, if he's in the Angels organization, he's worth an interview. And we'll talk to him and see what his thoughts are. But I don't think I can ask him those questions, man. Because if he's in the lower A, I don't want to see any of these players say something on a dog and pony freaking podcast like we have and get in trouble because of us, and that hurt their career. I wouldn't want that to happen at all. So that's the only reason why I think when we interview the player tomorrow that we're going to be as professional as we possibly can, and we're not going to say something that's going to get him in trouble or ask him a question or put himself out there to say something out of line. I mean, obviously it is a hot button issue, and we would love for these players to say something, but we don't want them to be punished just because they're speaking their mind. So I'm going to keep that in consideration on any interview that I have with any player, especially from the minors. Now, if it's a 3-year vet and it's a guy that's not going down anytime soon, he's made it to the major leagues, yes, then the door is open. I'm going to ask about the minors. I'm going to ask about the treatment. I'm going to ask about why this and that occurs. But I'm not going to do that to a guy who hasn't made it yet. I think that would be unfair because things get around and the internet can be a web of disaster for people that say the wrong things. We better win Saturday and Sunday. Otherwise, you're going to get Randy from last week on the chat. Oh, man. And, dude, I paid to hear that Randy again on the chat, Fast Times. On the chat that we have, Randy goes off, and he is the most funniest mother you-know-what on there. It is too good. Joseph Trevino says, there is a Reyes that played for my high school and got a ring with the Cards. Not sure if that's the same dude. No, this guy's on the Angels. That was just confirmed right there, Joseph. But that's pretty cool. Your buddy got a ring right there. Fernando says, I've talked with Jose Plenty. Oh, okay. I have not. So that I don't know about that right now. And then let's see a few more comments here as my fat fingers try to screw this up. T. Goldberg says, I work for the Angels and run into Artie and never liked the guy. I've also ran into Perry, and he's super nice. Perry, T, I think, look, let me know what you think of him. I hear he's more aggressive, and he just seems to be on it more than Epler. Epler looked like he just didn't know what he was doing. He had those beady eyes and just was like, again, he looked like a puppet. Do you really think we make the playoffs this year? I don't, Grillmaster says. I'm not seeing it either. Nathan says, Scott? James Sessions said we should get a dog and pony as mascots for this page. That could work, actually. Put the on the pony, we could, on the ass of the pony, we could put our logo. So that would work. Or my face, one of the two. Donkey's ass. Tonight, the Angels showed why they are on the field. Comedy. Grillmaster says, Brandon Wayne says Angels literally need to remake almost all of the bullpen. You ain't lying, Brendan. You ain't lying. This team has a lot of work to do in the offseason and at the trade deadline. There's a lot of work to be done. I do have a good feeling about next year. And I really didn't say that about this year. I was optimistic, but I do have a good feeling because I have a feeling Perry's going to show us something at the deadline, whether it's build for next year or somehow resurrect and get us off of life support for this year. And then the offseason, I think where he's going to pull some. Every time I hear that dude speak, he's encouraging. So let's see if he can match his words. If he's talking the talk, let's see him walk the walk. And from what I've heard so far, I mean, I really like the guy. So we'll have to see. I hope my feelings aren't let down because you don't fire a GM after 1 year. And it's not like Brad Osmus unless he goes back to Dick Picks Callaway, he does something like that. You're not going to fire him. So we're going to be stuck with a GM for a while here. Let's see. Go back here. Tony Regans would have made a move by now. That's true. Fast Times. T. Goldberg says I'm only in guest relations, but the few times I've seen Perry, he's a cool dude. I think he knows a lot what he's doing for sure. Lots of confidence. I'm right there with you, T. I am right there with you. Mate checks in. Are you not going to shave again until we win? You know what? Maybe I do. Okay. I'll shave if we get a 5-game win streak. So I'm going to have like a Rendon-sized beard pretty soon. Rendon is Artie's house buttering his muffin. Trotter here says, by the way, hope you're feeling better, Marty. We missed you on here. That is so sad. Grillmaster says, why do the Angels do this to us? It's just a revolving door. It just happens over and over. He says, what do you think Jack Mayfield's future with the Angels is? Till the end of the season. Guys like him, guys like Eaton, those guys are just fillers. Those guys are just fillers. I don't think they're going to be on the squad next year. Mayfield looks, he's probably raising his stock to go to a spring training invite next year, or maybe he'll get a break and catch on a team and work the bench again. But I don't think he's starting material for sure. This is a vintage Buttercup game. I'm very goddamn upset that this team does this every night. Fast Time says, do you think that the minor leaguers have it bad? Try being a fan of this fuck-ass team. Nathan says, by the way, there was the Rockies scout watching the Angels game today. He just threw up his program and walked probably right out. Oh, wow, Kurt and hit a home run. Unbelievable. That's the show. Let's show that homer again, James. Todd Lodge. Yeah, so that Rally Chris is referring to tomorrow on AM 830 with a drive with, Roger Lodge on the Sports Lodge. He's going to be like, oh, boy, that game was 4-0. I turned it off in the fifth inning. I'm sure they won, but hey, guess what, James? We're going to play that home run by Kurt Suzuki. Here we go again. And then he's going to play like something very racial with a, Japanese overtone and then have him hit a home run. And they'll be like, he's not even from Japan. And it's just going to get into a thing. And Roger's going to be like, I don't know. It's all James' fault for pushing the buttons. And so it's going to be an issue like that. So yeah, that's him right there. Brandon says, I'd like to feel confident when the Angels go to the bullpen. Brandon, we haven't felt confident in the Angels bullpen since I believe Scott Shields was still in the bullpen for a while there. Frankie Rodriguez, guys like that. Thank you so much. Mate says, well, thank you for being on here. Glad to hear you're feeling a little bit better, but we hope for your speedy recovery, Mate. You deserve it big time. Cobb is going to be traded. Yes, he's going to be gone for sure. T. Goldberg says, Walsh has been killing me lately. That all-star break killed him and Ohtani. Yeah, he is. He's swinging over everything, Walsh. He's swinging over everything. He's got nothing right now. Trouter here says, if you do that, Todd, you will look like Marsh. Dude, I won't, because I really want the hair to match the face, and this is impossible. This is like if I were to go to a genie and rub a lamp, and I found a lamp, and the genie says, you got 3 wishes, and I said, give me my hair back. He said, I can't perform miracles. What's your next wish? You know what I mean? Like, he denied me like that. I couldn't grow. If LeBron James can't grow his hair in, and they're putting freaking chia in his freaking head every time when he was on the movie. I don't know if you saw that video that they recorded. They were doctoring up his hairline because it was so bad. Like, if he can't get his hair fixed, what makes you think I can? Well, I wish. I mean, there's stranger things can happen, but not to me. Let's see. Ace says Mayfield's rookie contract ends at the end of the year. Yeah, he's more than likely gone. No way the Rocky scout wants to talk Marquez. Fast Time says if there's any scouts on the Angels game, they must have missed their turn and went to San Diego. Yes, Todd Lodge again. Looks like I'm safe for the bat streaking in the Angels making the playoffs. Oh, yeah, you're not going to have to streak in that thong. That's not going to happen. You think we're really going to trade Cobb? Don, yes, if we get a good enough player back, I don't see why not. Unfortunately, I'd love to see him back here next year. Maybe he does go for a rental somewhere, and then we could get him back in the offseason, but I don't know about that. Also, the Rockies scout probably doesn't want to talk trade with Marquez because the Angels suck dick. Get a bullpen piece like Brian Shaw from Cleveland. Yeah, but they wouldn't give him up because they're still contending. That's the problem. We're going to call up Adele, Trout, Upton, Marsh, and Eaton already. Well, Adele will be up to you. I guarantee you. The guy that I'm kind of like still frustrated with is, we're not seeing Jeremiah Jackson in Double-A with the 66ers. He's tearing it up at Single-A. I don't know why he's still down there. He was hitting almost 40 home runs down there, and he's crushing the ball for them. I don't know why he's not up in Double-A right now, at least trying to see what's going on with him and seeing if he's hit the next level because, he's a shortstop, and maybe you play him into the future for next season. Matt Bedingo checks in. When is the right time to trade Gosselin and Mayfield? They have been hitting the ball well. I would say now. I mean, their stock is up there. Maybe that's why Gosselin's getting a lot more starts. So we'll see. Don Hammond says, yeah, I like Cobb. He's good. It'll be a shame to see him go. It would be. He's probably the most consistent pitcher on here next to Ohtani. I think Ohtani's had his rough spots. But if you look at his ERAs, it's weird. Real quick, in April, he had an ERA of under 1. And then in May, he had a 7 ERA. June, he had an ERA of 0.53. And then July, I think he's had or maybe it's backwards. Yeah, he started out bad, and then he went good, and then he started out, and then his 3rd month, and then 4th month. Yeah, so he's the 2 out of the 4 months he's had sparkling ERAs, and then 2 months where he's had 7 ERAs. So that's why his ERAs averaged out to about, I think it's at 3 or 4 right now. But yeah, he's definitely gonna be a guy that if I had the option, I'd bring him back for sure. I've been going back and forth with Angels draft pick Brandon Olerf on Twitter to DM him for an interview. Yeah, that'd be nice to get him on for the interview too. He says tomorrow I'm going to call Roger Lodge. I'm going to be like, we need not to stay positive at this time and state the facts. Do that and watch how fast you get hung up on, Rally Chris. Just even if you say, hey, I'm Rally Chris. You've seen me on TV. You've seen me on the internet. Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, yeah, I've seen you on there. And you're going to be like, yeah, I just want to let you know that it's okay to be negative at times. Click. You're all, hello? Roger's like, we don't need that shit on the air. And then let's see. I miss Dexter Trouter here says, Fast Time says, why aren't guys moving in the minors? You have guys doing great at this level. You don't take advantage of them. It's ridiculous. Well, right now, the Salt Lake Bees have a very, very competitive team down there. They're not exactly winning, but they have a team made up of a lot of players that are Major League ready. And you got Chris Rodriguez now on that team with Packy Naughton, and you got Reed Detmers. You got Jan. There's a lot of players on that team that are right there knocking on the door to come back or to come up here, and I'm hoping that they're up here sooner than later. I'm really hoping to see that Chris Rodriguez can start and put in some innings, because to get him up here would be very exciting to see what happens in September, because that's likely when those guys would come up. Trade Renifo for a pack of baseball cards. And let's see, what's the last comment on here, because I'm going to leave here pretty soon. Shoot, freaking thing always screws up when I want to do something. What did I miss when the game was over? I was going to come on here and listen to the post game, and sure enough, a friend of mine called. You missed a lot of complaining and a lot of upset fans, bro. That's what you missed, Bendingo. Tay said, thoughts on Jamie Harris getting ready for a start, or Jaime Harris getting ready for a start on Sunday. I don't have too much on him as of right now, although I'd just be happy for him to do something good. We need anything positive at this time, or any kind of, whenever a player like that makes a jump or makes his first start, I'm hoping they do good, but it's not against us. But, whether it's on our team or not, we have to, I just want to see. I don't know too much about the dude, and I'm not going to bullshit you, but I'm just going to say that if this dude is going to come up, I hope he does good, but not against us. And if he's on our team, because I obviously don't know that he's on the freaking team at all. Or Jaime Barry, because look, I didn't hear. Okay, you gave me the wrong name. I've never heard of the guy, so I'm like, who's this dude coming up? So Jaime Barry. Thoughts on him is that he's got to make a change. He's got to turn the switch finally. He can't be a Griffin Canning type pitcher. He can't be the kind of pitcher that Sandoval was when he wasn't winning anything with us. He's got to be a pitcher that's got to stay within himself and throw strikes. He's messed around too much in the corners. He's way too inconsistent. I'm hoping that's changed, because Suarez found his shit back down there in AAA. Sandoval did the same. When they came up here, they did not disappoint finally this year. I'm hoping Jaime can finally do that, because we've seen him bounce up and down out of this organization too many times in the last 3 years, and I would really like to see Jaime finally find his place here. If not, then it's time to go the other way. I believe this is his last chance. I really don't think that he's going to have much of a chance after this. Yes, you did miss a lot right there. So sorry about that. I was so lost right there when you brought up the wrong name of that pitcher. You said Jaime Harris. I'm like, who the hell is Jaime Harris? Let's see. Where's the emotion? Show it like when you're losing. Yeah, that's exactly. Yvette checks in with blowpen. Fucked up. Yeah, it was a blowpen buttercup game. So as we wind down here, I'm at the 55-minute mark on this thing here. I just want to say thank you for everyone that's participated for tonight. We are going to announce a new bingo game, since bingo was won the other day. We'll probably get that going Sunday afternoon after hopefully the win after the Twins game on Sunday. So be ready right there. I'll announce it. I'll have a video there so you guys can check it out on how to play again. If you're new to the game, it's our chance to give you a free jersey by you playing a free game. There's no contributions, no nothing. And we'll also have a trucker hat trivia, giving away 2 hats, because I didn't do the one, or I only did the one the other day. So I'll be giving away 2 for this upcoming Sunday. So be sure to follow that too. So we'll be giving away hats. We'll be giving away bingo cards. Get your bingo cards, because you'll have a week to get it, because we're going to start not this Friday, obviously, but the following Friday, we are going to start a brand new bingo game, and we're going to be dropping the balls like we do on every show. And if you pay attention to the podcast, if you pay attention on YouTube or the post game or the pre-game with James, We're going to be giving away balls, and that's your fastest way to win is just to pay attention, have a good time, follow us, and listen to our babble. So hopefully everything goes right. We want this team to start winning again. They've just been in a rut. They're doing it again. There's a lot of reasons to be frustrated. There's some reasons to be positive. But, dude, this has been one hell of a roller coaster year. It's been like a prescription for Advil, like on a daily basis. It's been frustrating. It has been so frustrating because you see the potential in this team that you could see a run. You know, when Rally Chris jumps on here, sometimes people are like, I don't buy it. I don't think, he can't, they're not going to win 7 in a row like he says or sweep a series. It could happen. It really could, because this team has the fight to do it, but then they don't show up emotionally, or the bullpen doesn't show up, or the pitching doesn't show. One of those aspects just doesn't work for them, and they screw themselves over, or they get too many injuries, or even if they have the injuries, they don't play fundamentally sound. Because I've seen plenty of teams with plenty of injuries to overcome those injuries. They play fundamental, smart baseball, small ball, and win. The Angels don't do any of that. The coaching's bad. You honestly can't single out one thing this year for the Angels and say that has worked 100% of the time. You can't. You can't even do that with Ohtani. Ohtani's had some miserable starts. He's also had some, as much as the numbers he's put up, he's also had stretches like the one he's on right now where he hasn't hit. So you can't sit there and say, hey, man, well, Trout's been kicking ass all year. Game in, game out, that dude is putting up. You can't. Fletcher, you'd be like, hey, man, that dude's hitting like 314. Wasn't doing that all year. This team is just a reflection of how it is, man. I mean, it's just so frustrating. Matt Bedingo sums it up really good right here. It says, it's been frustrating 7 or 8 years. We need a change. Just right there. James says, good night, everybody. Night, Halo fans. There's better times ahead, he says. Trout, Rendon, Ohtani back in the lineup. Let's get some pitching. Fuck. Good night, all. So everyone have a good night. Let's try to keep our heads up, Don Hammond says.